So now, final topic, my Malkin's moments. I have some great Malkin's moments for you. So I want to stick with the MLB playoffs, especially the wild card series. We saw the Cleveland Guardians outlast, and I mean outlast, the Tampa Bay Rays in 2 games. So they advanced to the ALDS. This series has been really fascinating because of the juxtaposition of game one to game two and the contrasting styles and durations of game one and game two. So game one actually made history. That was a game in which the Guardians won 2-1. It was the shortest baseball game. It was 2 hours and 17 minutes. It was the shortest baseball game that we have seen. It ended in record time. It was the shortest baseball game that we've seen since game two of the Astros and the Braves NLDS game in 1999. It was 2 hours and 17 minutes. That was game one. So game one was a breeze, brisk, quick, in and out. You miss the freeway traffic potentially. Not sure how how the traffic is in Cleveland on a weekday, but 2 hours and 17 minutes. Then in game two, it was a 1-0 win for the Guardians. It lasted 4 hours and 57 minutes. It went to 15 innings. So you have the shortest MLB playoff game in over 20 years. You bookend that. And on the other side of the bookend, you got a 4 hour and 57 minute affair and marathon. So shout out to the Guardians. They prevailed, but also setting history along the way. Just polar opposite sides of the spectrum. Shout out to the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're going to face the San Diego Padres in the NLDS. They won 111 games. They went 111-51. But they actually set history even earlier than that, because once they won at least 109 games, it was the first time an NL team won at least 109 games in over a century, is what the Dodgers did. And now they're preparing to face their crosstown or cross-region rival in the San Diego Padres. That should be a juicy matchup, to say the least. Shout out to Cooper Rush and the Cowboys. They defeated the Rams yesterday, 22-10 at SoFi Stadium. Cooper Rush is now 5-0 as a starter. Obviously, he's 4-0 as a starter this year, but 5-0 as a starter in a Dallas Cowboys uniform with the star insignia on his jersey and on his helmet. And with that, he became the only Dallas quarterback in the history of the Dallas Cowboys to win each of his first 5 starts. In fact, he actually set history when he was 4-0 after last week's win over the Commanders, becoming the first Dallas Cowboys quarterback to be 4-0. But now he continues to extend his history to 5-0, which is special. He's playing well, and they have to keep riding him, in my opinion. So shout out to him. Shout out to UCLA quarterback Dorian Thompson Robinson for his performance against the Utah Utes. At the time, UCLA was ranked number 18. Utah was ranked number 11. And the Bruins defeated the Utes 42-32. Now UCLA has jumped up to 11 in the rankings. They've got another big matchup against Oregon on the road, number 12, this upcoming weekend. But the reason I highlight Dorian Thompson Robinson is because after one of his touchdown passes yesterday, he collected his 76th passing touchdown of his UCLA career, which passes the great Brett Hundley for the most passing touchdowns ever for a UCLA quarterback. And with that 76th pass, DTR is now UCLA's all-time passing touchdowns leader in the history of the program. He's making a case to be the Heisman. I still think CJ Stroud is ahead of him, but DTR is certainly making a more compelling case every single week. He continues to play extremely well. And shout out to him, because Brett Hundley had a tremendous career at UCLA, but shout out to DTR and what he's been doing. Couple other ones. Shout out to James Madison University. They are ranked in the college football AP top 25. This is the first time ever for the history of the program that they've been ranked in the AP top 25. This is a team that was just admitted into the Sun Belt Conference at the Division II level. They used to be an FCS program for the longest time. Again, this is the Dukes' first season as a member of the Sun Belt Division I FBS conference and program. They had been an FCS school, again, for the longest time. Now they're 5-0. First time ever they've been ranked in the top 25. Shout out to James Madison. Then a couple bonus Malkin's moments. Shout out Bronny James. Bronny James's 18th birthday just casually had Travis Scott roll up and perform for LeBron and for Bronny in his backyard. That's super dope. I'm just going to say that. That's so cool. Just Travis Scott says, yeah, sure, backyard party, 18th birthday, book it, I'm there. Okay. He shows up, so shout out, happy birthday to Bronny James. And shout out to Obi Toppin. I know it's a preseason game, but if anyone was following the highlights from last night, Obi Toppin against the Pacers turned back the clock and executed an in-game at Madison Square Garden, East Bay, between the legs dunk. He had a block on one end, then on the other end, between the legs dunk in a preseason game, in the middle of a game. Wasn't just a 360 spin, wasn't just a behind the back, between the legs, like a dunk contest dunk mid-game. Shout out to him. That was absolutely spectacular. All right, that's all the time that I got for today. Thank you so much for joining me right here on Morning Joe every single Monday and Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 to 11 Central, and 8 to 9 a.m. Pacific. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube page, Morning Joe, J-O, with Jonah Malkin on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at Jonah_Malkin or at morning_Joe_ JMalk97 on Instagram and Jonah Malkin on TikTok. Thanks so much. And as always, have a lovely rest of your morning.